Hare Krishna.
So I will begin this class now. Thank you, everyone. So we'll do the Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamstra He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Rancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaham Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtuki. So Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we thought we would have more Krishna Katha today and tomorrow, as day after tomorrow is Janmashtami. We had good 3 sessions by His Grace Karthik Chandra Prabhu. And there were devotees, few devotees asking if we could have more Krishna Katha. So then we thought, why not? So by hearing more and more, we prepare our consciousness for Janmashtami. So without much as to say on that, let's get into the subject matter of today's topic, and that is the Merciful Lord Shri Krishna. So I've been thinking about this topic for a while now. So I was just meditating on this one aspect of Lord Krishna's mercy. So what does mercy means? Mercy means that we don't deserve and we still get that. We don't receive. We are not. We don't deserve to get that, and we still get it. That is real mercy. We don't qualify. to get this benefit, but we still get it. That is mercy. So that aspect we will see, and in our devotee community, this is very important, that on our endeavor we will only get to certain level, but by the mercy of the Lord and by the mercy of Vaishnavas, we will be able to progress more. So that's why I've chosen this particular topic, so that we can see how we can get the mercy of the Lord, and how Lord showed his mercy in various occasions. Especially I'm focusing on Lord Krishna itself, because the Janmashtami is only a couple of days away from now. So let me share the screen. Okay. Can you see my PowerPoint, Sumit?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Let me make it bigger. So a devotee is always begging the Lord for his mercy. So that is the nature of a devotee. Before actually, we get into this mercy aspect, we understand how Shrimad Bhagavatam, because we will be talking mostly from Shrimad Bhagavatam. The pastime that we are discussing will be from Shrimad Bhagavatam. Let's see how Shrimad Bhagavatam came to existence. So we all know that the author of Shrimad Bhagavatam was Srila Vyasdev. He compiled all the Vedas, all the Vedic Upanishads, so many other Puranas. After compiling everything, he was still feeling incomplete in his own heart. So while he was meditating, contemplating on that, what is the reason that I'm still feeling incomplete, that I've done so much already? And then while I was thinking like that, a spiritual master, here you can see on your left that Narada appeared on the scene. And there was a dialogue between Vyasdev and Narad. And Narad says that the simple reason for your despondency is that you're not glorified the Supreme Lord enough. The Bhakti Yoga, you're not given importance to full importance, exclusive importance to devotional service onto Lord Sri Krishna. You're not glorified enough. That is the reason for your despondency. So he was mainly stressing that devotional service onto Lord Sri Krishna, that gives full satisfaction. And Narad tells his own story. This is the important part here. And Narad says to Vyasdev that in my previous life, I was a son of maid servant, and I had no qualification. I was not a son of Brahman, and I was not a great scholar, and I did not undergo any studies. But I was mere son of maid servant. But I had the opportunity to associate with saintly people. You can see the picture on the right. So as a result of this association with the saintly people, they are called Bhakti Vedantas. I gained the knowledge. They trained me in devotional service, and I took some remnants with their permission only by once. And they trained me in devotional service. So with that training, I became Narad now. So the point he was mentioning, that devotional service, see the effect of devotional service just by the association of saintly people. and by taking some remnants, by following their instructions, he was, he became Narad. So the point here is that he received the mercy of Vaishnavas, saintly people. Just by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, from that status, son of maid servant, to Narad, he elevated to the position of Narad. And this mercy which we are talking today, it can come, the mercy of Krishna will come through the mercy of Vaishnavas. Krishna can directly give mercy, or Krishna will give mercy through his representatives. This is another point that we bear in mind. And here, Krishna gave his mercy to this son of maid servant through this Bhakti Vedantas. So with that mercy, he became Narad and gave instruction to Vasudev to compile Bhagavad. So that is because of the mercy of the Vaishnavas, that because of Narad, Vasudev compiled Bhagavatam, and because of Shukdev, as mercy, he gave it to Parikshit. As a result of that, we are having Bhagavatam. So just having Bhagavatam is purely on the mercy of Lord and his devotees. So now, having said that, I wanted to go to third canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam. Just give me 1 second. So this is the verse most of you know. This is from third canto, second chapter, 23rd verse. So this verse is actually spoken by Uddhav. Uddhav is the cousin of Lord Shri Krishna. Is a great devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. So let's recite this. Okay, before reciting, I would like to talk a little bit about Uddhav, how this verse came into picture. Vidura, we all know Vidura, and Vidura is the brother of Dhritarashtra and Pandu. Vyasa had 3 children: Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. Vidura was born to a maid servant. So Vidura, he was giving advice to Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. He was a great devotee of the Lord. So when Vidura gave some good advice to Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana didn't like it, and he kicked him out of home. You have no room to, be here with us. So Vidura took that as an advantage, that as a mercy of the Lord, and went for pilgrimage. So if someone kicks out from some place, we can just sit and read Bhagavatam, or go to any kind of pilgrimage, or associate with devotees. This is what Vidura had done. He just left for pilgrimage. So while he was on the pilgrimage, he happened to meet Uddhav. So as I mentioned, Uddhav was a great devotee and the cousin of Lord Shri Krishna. So when he met Uddhav, the discussion is that when 2 saintly people meet, they don't discuss something about the material things. Their conversation is of high-level conversation. So Vidura inquired from Uddhav about Lord and Lord's activities. Because Uddhav is very close. He was living Uddhav was living with Shri Krishna. So when Vidura inquired Uddhav, about the Lord, Uddhav went into a completely, high level, like completely absorbed in the thought of Sri Krishna. He couldn't even utter a word. He was fully absorbed um, in Krishna. So with a lot of difficulty, he wiped his tears and then he just came to the normal platform. And then he started explaining about the Lord. Um, he was talking about Krishna, how Krishna was born and various activities of Krishna, how Krishna was great, how Krishna has done so many other things, full, complete activities in synapses. In summary, he was just talking. And so in that discussion, he just mentioned this famous verse. This verse tells the magnanimity or the merciful nature of Lord Sri Krishna. This was spoken by Uddhav to Vidura. So I'll recite. Aho bhakiyam stanakalakutam jigam saya payayatapya sadhvi lebhe gatim datruchitam tatonyam kamva dhayalum sharanam brajema kamva dayalum sharanam brajema kamva dhayalum sharanam brajema. Kamva Dhayalum, who is more merciful than Sri Krishna. And why should I take someone else other than Krishna? So let's see the translation. Alas, how shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of a mother to a she-demon Putana? Although she was unfaithful, and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. So she was envious, Jigamsaya, and she was unfaithful, Asadvi. Sadvi means faithful lady. Asadvi, unfaithful. And she came to give Kalakuta. Kalakuta, the deadly poison. She came to give this poison, deadly poison to Sri Krishna. And what did Sri Krishna do? Datrichitam tatonyam. He who granted the position of a mother. So that kind of person, this lady, this wicked demoness came to kill him by injecting the deadly poison. And Krishna took the bright side. Yes, she wanted to give milk. So let her, let me award a position where she can act as one of my mothers, nurse in Golok Vrindavan. So let's read this beautiful purport. Here is an example of the extreme mercy of the Lord, even to his enemy. It is said that a noble man accepts the good qualities of a person of a doubtful character. Good qualities of a person of a doubtful character, just as one accepts a nectar from a stalk of poison. In his boyhood, he was administered, in his babyhood, he was administered deadly poison by Putana, a she-demon who tried to kill the wonderful baby. And because she was a demon, it was impossible for her to know that the Supreme Lord, even though playing the part of a baby, was no one less than the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. His value as the Supreme Lord did not diminish upon his becoming a baby to please his devotee Yashoda. The Lord may assume the form of a baby or a shape other than that of a human being but it doesn't make the slightest difference. Here Prabhupada is talking whatever form Lord takes, whether it is animal, human, baby, adult, whatever form it takes, it doesn't make any difference for him in his potency wise. He's always the same supreme. A living creature, however powerful he may become by dint of severe penance, can never become equal to the Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna accepted the motherhood of Putana because she pretended to be an affectionate mother, allowing Krishna to suck her breast. The Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. I'll repeat that sentence. The Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. This is the standard of his character. Therefore, who but Lord can be the ultimate shelter? So we know the story of Putana. We have heard it many times. That she's addressed here as Bhakti, Aho Bhakti. Bhakti means sister of Bhakasur. So Akasur, Bhakasur, and Bhakti, Putana, they are from the same family. Wonderful family heritage. So that upon the request of Kamsa, so she went to kill Krishna, and she was killing all the newborn babies. She was sucking the blood of all the newborn babies. And she assumed a beautiful form of damsel and entered into the Vrindavan to Nanda Baba's place. Yashoda Maya, Rohini were there, but they could not check her. She was so captivating. So sometimes when we, in our daily life also, external appearance, people look at the external appearance. And with this external appearance, people bewilder us also. And we get captured and captivated and bewildered by looking the external appearance of some people in this world. So they could not check. So they thought some, completely, divine lady is coming to bestow mercy upon my Lala, my Krishna, my son. And they didn't even check. So she went into the bedroom. She picked this little baby, I think 1 year old, 1 week old. 1 week, I think, is 1 week old. And she picked the baby and put the baby in her lap and pushed her breast into the mouth of this little Krishna. And Krishna knew what's happening. And Krishna sucked the poison and sucked her milk and sucked her life air. And then while she was experiencing immense pain, while she was being sucked by Krishna, she just went out into the pasture fields, and that's where she left her body, a gigantic body. So let's analyze this. So she had to undergo some pain. She had undergone some pain, but however, the end result was mother. Just like, little price. For a little price, you're getting a big castle. For £1, you are trying to get Buckingham Palace. You all would be rushing towards it. But we have to pay that £1 or whatever, little 10p or 1p. But you get this big Buckingham Palace. So she had to undergo that pain. And the bright side is that she was awarded the mother position. So this is, of course, she was a demoness, but we all know also, some of you know that in her past life, it is said that she was the sister of Bali Maharaj. Sorry, in somewhere it is says sister, and in some places she's mentioned as the daughter. She was the daughter of Bali Maharaj. When Vamandev approached Bali Maharaj for asking this charity of three spaces of three steps of land. So he was very attractive, very beautiful. So when this daughter of Bali Maharaj, her name was Ratnamala, she saw this little boy, a woman there. Oh, she thought, oh, I wish I could be his mother so that I can feed my milk, breast milk to this boy. That was her feeling initially, a motherly feeling she developed. But when Vamandev became Trivikram, Trivikram means that big, expanded, and occupied with one step the upper planets, and with another step the lower planets. So that time when he became huge and trying to take away everything, Bali's possession, that time, oh, I better give some poisonous milk to this boy and kill. And later in this Leela, Krishna's pastime, she became the Putana. But she was connected to, in her past life, she was the daughter of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj was a great devotee. And can anybody say which item of bhakti is example? Is example for which item of bhakti? There are 9 types of bhakti. Can anybody say? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are, yeah.
There are 9 types of bhakti. So among 9 types, the last one is called Atma Nivedanam. Completely offering oneself to the Lord. Completely offering oneself to the Lord. So he was a great devotee of the Lord, because he is connected, she is connected to Bali Maharaj, and Bali Maharaj is a great devotee. And so Krishna took that bright side of her and awarded this motherly position. So that's one pastime I wanted to narrate. The second one, if we move on, but before that, let's read a quote from here. Attracting the mercy of the Lord. This quote is by His Holiness Radhanath Swami. When you treat people properly, rather than manipulate, exploit, or be selfish, you attract the mercy of the Lord in the spirit of servitude. When we serve people, when we serve devotees without any of these duplicity, then we attract the mercy of the Lord. Let's go to the second pastime. It's a very beautiful pastime. So where Krishna gave his mercy to this beautiful and wonderful fruit vendor. She was a tribal woman, and she came to Vrindavan, so trying to sell her fruits, putting them in the basket. That's what people do in the villages. So I'm kind of like very familiar with this kind of thing, because I came from village. And so Krishna, upon seeing this lady, upon hearing this voice that the fruits are being sold, so he came, running by holding some grains in his small hands. And while coming, so lots of these grains fell on the way. And this lady, just to please Krishna, she said to Krishna, take whatever you like. And she gave as many fruits as possible, as Krishna can hold within his hands. Later, our basket was filled with celestial gems. Let's read this verse from Shrimad Bhagavatam, and we can take some jewels from that purports also. This is chapter 11 from 10th canto and verse 11. Palavikrayani tasya shutadhanya karadvayam palair apurayad ratnai palabhandhanam apuricha. While Krishna was going to the fruit vendor very hastily, most of the grains he was holding fell. Nonetheless, the fruit vendor filled Krishna's hands with fruits, and a fruit basket was immediately filled with jewels and gold. So Prabhupada explains this, that if we take one step towards Krishna, and Krishna will take 1,000 steps towards us. So if we do little endeavor in the service of Krishna, and Krishna will give much more mercy to us. And he quotes this famous verse, Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Purvatam Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. If one offers a leaf, a fruit, flower, or some water, Krishna says that he would accept it. But the only condition was bhakti, and they should be offered with bhakti. And he doesn't see who is giving. Prabhupada also mentions in this beautiful purport that she was a tribal lady, poor aborigine class. And she said, come on, Krishna, you just take as many fruits as possible. So with wholeheartedly, she tried to please Krishna by giving these fruits. And that's how she became successful. She perfected her life. One point I just wanted to mention here. Okay. The example is given in this connection is that when one's real face is decorated, the reflection of one's face is automatically decorated. So if I want my reflection in the mirror to look beautiful, I need not to just clean the mirror. What I need to do, I should decorate nicely. When I decorate nicely, my reflection in the mirror also looks nice, beautiful. Similarly, if we try to serve Krishna with all our opulences, we as parts and parcels of reflections of Krishna, we will become happy in exchange. So this is what Prabhupada is saying, that actually if you want to please Krishna, if you want to please yourself, you better please Krishna, because we are his reflections, we are his part and parcels. When we please Krishna, we automatically be pleased. When we decorate Krishna, we decorate ourselves. When we make Krishna look beautiful by decoration, we also look beautiful because we are his reflections. So this is another wonderful example of that how Krishna showed his mercy, and he doesn't see these externals. He did not see this lady, which caste she belongs to, whether she knows so much Vedic knowledge or not. So he did not see that. And it is said by some acharyas, the lady, when she went home, then she realized the jewels were there in the basket. She did not care for them. Some acharya says that. And then she actually, second day also, she went with a basket full of fruits and she gave it to Krishna. Again she pleased Krishna. So the point here is, from this purport and this pastime, is that try to serve Krishna genuinely, sincerely, and try to please Krishna sincerely without any duplicity. It doesn't matter big or small. Even if we are so big, but if we don't serve properly, if we don't have the right attitude, Krishna doesn't be pleased with us. That is what this pastime tells us, whoever we may be. Some of us are like Hanuman, some of us are like this little squirrel. So we all have different talents, different abilities, but Krishna doesn't see that. Krishna, what sees is that our sincerity to serve him. That is what Krishna says. So next, let's see what pastime I have here. So we discussed this wonderful, beautiful pastime of fruit vendor. Let's go to this Kaliya. So before Kaliya, let me go here and read this. This is a song, bhajan, composed by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And this is a famous song. It begins with Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinada Madhana Mohan. Very beautiful song. So here in the 8th stanza, it is said, Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Naga Kanyagan Bhakti Te Jahara Pailo Govinda Charan Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinada Madana Mohan. And this verse says, Jaya Dvija Patni, all glories to the wives of Brahmanas, and Jaya Naga Kanya, all glories. Okay. Jaya Naga Kanyagan. So all glories to the wives of Kaliya, the Nagapatnis, and they perfected their life and they achieved the pure bhakti onto the lotus feet of Govinda. So, and we just follow this Dvija Patni, Brahmana's wife, and then we go to Nagapatnis, the wives of Kaliya. So let's go to the Dvija Patnis. So we know the story of these Dvija Patni, wives of Brahmanas, how they were, how they had received the mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. Lord Sri Krishna, along with Balram, one day, Balram and with his cow herd friends, they went to the pasturing grounds, and the cowherd boys said that, Krishna, we are feeling very hungry. So Krishna said that you go to the nearby place, and there are Brahmins, they are performing a great sacrifice. And so in that connection, they have prepared wonderful preparations. So you go and ask them on the name of Balram, my elder brother, and on the name of me, on my name. And first he mentioned Balram's name and then Krishna's name, because Balram is Kshatriya, is known as Kshatriya. So Krishna is considered as the Vaishya because he's considered as son of Vasudeva, Nanda Baba, that time. So when these boys went to Brahmanas, the Brahmanas didn't even look at them. They mentioned that, we are asking charity on the name of Lord Balram and Lord Krishna. We are feeling extremely hungry, give some food to us. They've asked us to go and beg food from you people. So the Brahmanas didn't even care. They were just doing their rituals and they were chanting their own mantras and like that. So the boys returned to Krishna and Balram and said the same. So Krishna said, no, don't worry. This time you go to the wives of Brahmanas and tell that myself and Lord Sankarshan are in the forest, and that, we want some food. So when boys went to the wives of Brahmanas, the Brahmana, the wives of Brahmana, they didn't even care. All these foodstuffs were actually prepared to offer in the sacrifice. So they four kinds of foodstuff. Four kinds we say that all the foodstuff that were prepared to offer into this great sacrifice. So they brought to Krishna. They were ready to come and see Krishna. But while they were coming, they were stopped by their relatives. Some were by sons, some were by husbands, and some were by fathers. These Brahmanis, the wives of Brahmana, were stopped. So they didn't even care. They rushed to see Krishna and Balram with their food preparations, wonderful food preparations. So Krishna gave his blessings, and they wanted to remain with Krishna. But Krishna said, no, you go back and your husbands will accept you. Because I bestowed my mercy upon you, they will accept you. Usually, if in the Vedic tradition, if wife goes without the permission, wife goes out without the permission, or like in opposition to the husband will, then the husband would not accept generally. But here in this case, Krishna says, no, you go back and your husbands will accept you. And so they went back. Then that time, the Brahmanas realized the fault that they had committed, the mistake that they had committed. And they were thinking that the purpose of sacrifice is to please Krishna. In the Gita, Krishna says, Aham yi sarva yajnanam bhoktacha. I am the enjoyer of all the sacrifices. So then they came to know this truth, and they were thinking that how grateful, how great these so these people, these Brahmanis were so great. Let me read that verse if I can find it here. Yeah, so I'll read it out. So this is what they said. The Brahmana said, these women have never undergone the purificatory rites of the twice born. In the Vedic tradition, women do not undergo the rituals of purificatory rituals. Only the men will undergo. So they have not undergone the purificatory rites of the twice born class, nor have they lived as brahmacharis, the celibate brahmacharis in the ashram of spiritual master. In the Vedic tradition, especially in the Brahmana family, that's what they do. They leave home and they live with their spiritual master as a celibate brahmachari. But women do not do that. So they have not done that as well. Nor have they executed austerities, speculated on the nature of the self, followed the formalities of cleanliness, engaged in pious rituals. Nevertheless, they have firm devotion for Lord Krishna, whose glories are chanted by exalted hymns of the Vedas, and who is the supreme master of all the masters of the mystic power. We, on the other hand, have no such devotion for the Lord, although we have executed all these processes. So this is how they started repenting. Here, how this pastime tells us it doesn't matter whether whether you are a man or a woman, whether you've undergone this ritual or not that ritual, but see how Krishna bestowed mercy on the wives of Brahmanas. And they didn't care for the social customs. Usually the social custom is to follow the order of husband. They didn't even follow that social custom. Rush to please Krishna. You see the desire to please Krishna. They heard about Krishna from the milkmaids and other gopis from Vrindavan. They were coming, when they came in touch with these wives of Brahmana, they used to narrate Krishna's pastimes. So that's how, by hearing from the gopis, they developed this pure devotion to Lord Sri Krishna and perfected their life. So another example, Krishna doesn't see whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you are from this class, that class, happy to bestow mercy. But only the thing is that, if we have that pure intention to surrender ourselves to Krishna. So next one picked up is, so the first one we said Dvija Patni, wives of Brahmanas. The second one is Naga Patnis, means the wives of Kaliya. So we all know the pastime of Kaliya. Kaliya was living. There was some, so Kaliya was living in Yamuna, part of a branch of Yamuna, not the mainstream of Yamuna, but he was completely polluting the waters of Yamuna with his poison. So Krishna one day decided to punish this Kaliya and purify the Yamuna water so that it is suitable for the human consumption. So Krishna jumped into the water, we know that, and he was bound by Kaliya within his coils for some time. And so that day Balram was not with him. It is said that it was the birthday of Balram, that's why he stayed at home. And so Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba all came to see him, and then just they were waiting on the shore of the bank of Yamuna. So Krishna, then they saw Krishna, rose up on the hoods of Kaliya and dancing and kicking each wood of the Kaliya. So later, he was approached by the wives of Kaliya and they offered wonderful prayers. So Krishna did not kill Kaliya, rather he just punished and asked him to leave that place. And there were some wonderful prayers by Nagapatnis, the wives of Kaliya. Let us see if we can relish those pastimes. Translation. So Kaliya 16. Okay. I'll read out some translations. So this is spoken by the wives of Kaliya. What you've done here is actually mercy for us, since the punishment you give to the wicked certainly drives away all their contaminations. When Krishna puts us, of course, anyone puts us into any sort of difficulty, that will remove the contamination. It's a medicine. So here the Nagapatni says that actually what you've shown to our husband is actually a mercy. You give to the wicked certainly drives away all their contamination. Indeed, because this conditioned soul, our husband, is so sinful that he has assumed the body of a serpent. Your anger towards him is obviously to be understood as your mercy. Sometimes mercy comes in the form of anger, just like a good parent, a responsible parent, sometimes punishes for his own children for the betterment, for their betterment. A mother, a parent, sometimes they said, yes, do this, do your homework, get up like this, maintain the cleanliness. They put some strict rules. They offer some punishment, but actually that is for the benefit of the children. And what else they mentioned? Did our husband carefully? So they were wondering, why did he receive this mercy? How come he is the recipient of your mercy? So they were saying, did our husband carefully perform austerities in previous life with his mind free of pride and full of respect for others? Is that why you are pleased with him? Or did he in some previous existence carefully executed religious duties with compassion for all living beings? And that's why you, the life of all beings, are now satisfied with him. So they were just mentioning what kind of austerities, what good he had done in the past. Somehow or other you were pleased with him. Oh Lord, we do not know how the serpent Kali has attained this great opportunity of being touched by the dust of your lotus feet. For this end, the goddess of fortune performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and observing austere vows. So the dust, Kaliya received the dust of lotus feet of Krishna on his head. And Nagapatnis, the wives of Kaliya, says that this is great. It's a great opportunity. Even the goddess of fortune, she's desiring to have this dust of yours and undergone so many austerities to receive the dust of your lotus feet. Again, in this pastime, we can see that the Kaliya is Kaliya's wives are devotees. Because Kaliya's wives are devotees, Lord did not kill Kaliya, and he bestowed his mercy upon them. And he said that he is afraid of Garuda. That's why he is hiding in Yamuna. And when Krishna, he imprinted, when he danced, he imprinted his lotus feet on the hood of Kaliya. Just imagine, it's like tilak. We are having tilak. This is lotus, a footprint of Krishna. So Kaliya, naturally, he got imprinted lotus footprint on his hoods. So again, here that the point is that they are, because Kaliya somehow or other related to his wives, and his wives are devotees, and because his wives are devotees, he was the recipient of mercy of Krishna. And we also see when Lord Indra offended Krishna by the pastime of lifting of Govardhan hill. So he offended Krishna. So when after the 7 days, 7 nights, he came to beg for pardon of Krishna, but he did not go on his own. He took Mother Surabhi, who is a great devotee of Krishna, with him. So when there is a devotee next to us, then it becomes easy. Krishna's Krishna kind of glances at us when we are connected to a devotee, and Krishna forgives our mistakes also when we are with a devotee. So this is it. Mercy of devotees, association of devotees is very important. And let's see other thing. There is another quote by His Holiness Radhanath Swami. Our advancement is not because of our endeavor, but Krishna's mercy, which is withdrawn when he sees pride within us. So we all know this pastime of Nal, Kuvera, Manigriva. They were sons of Kuvera, and they were after drinking this Varuni liquor, so they were bathing in the river Mandakini in one of the upper planets, and they did not, they did not even care to cover their bodies when they were approached by Narada Muni. And Narada said, I wanted to show my special mercy upon you. So this is the word used, to show special mercy. Narada cursed them to become these twin trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. So we know the pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna to the wooden mortar. So when he was bound to this wooden mortar, Krishna, so dragging this wooden mortar, came to these twin trees. And so when he looked at the twin trees, he said that he thought himself, I've got nothing to do with these guys. They are the sons of a very wealthy person. So that's why I've got nothing to do with them. But my dear devotee, Narada, said that I would deliver them. So to fulfill his words, I must deliver them. So thinking this, Lord Krishna slowly went and through that gap between the twin trees, and the motor got stuck, and he gave a little jerk, and then these two huge Yamalarjuna trees were uprooted. From those two trees, these two wonderful, beautiful, dazzling personalities came out, and they offered prayers. So Krishna, and they offered wonderful prayers, and they said that actually, we are servants of your servant Krishna. Because of your servant, we are in this position. We got this great gift of great opportunity of seeing you face to face. Because of Narad, your servant. So we are his servants. So because these two guys somehow or other connected to Narad, and Narad said that Krishna would deliver them, Krishna would give his audience to them, and Krishna fulfilled the words of his dear devotees. Again, connecting to Krishna's devotees is the key message that is coming out again. So let's see what I have. So on that note, some or other, we are also connected to Srila Prabhupada. In this lecture, as I mentioned several times, the Krishna gives his mercy through his devotees, through his representatives. So Srila Prabhupada distributed the mercy of Krishna to whole world. And as in the beginning of the class, as I mentioned, that mercy means we do not deserve to receive that great thing, but we still get it. That is mercy. And so Srila Prabhupada, wandered the whole world, distributing freely this mercy of Krishna, not seeing, not caring, not looking at the external appearance of people. And so is doing that job. So we are also very fortunate, extremely fortunate. One way, firstly, we got this human body. Secondly, we came in touch with Prabhupada, or this ISKCON movement of ISKCON. So that's why, for these two reasons, we are fortunate, very fortunate. It is said that, like, these two things is like, can be compared to winning a jackpot. We won the jackpot, having this human body, having came in touch with Srila Prabhupada's movement. We won the jackpot. But if we don't use that jog part, just store the jog part and do nothing, then we don't get any benefit. So because we win this jog part, we should better use that and take advantage of this moment and see how we can please Krishna by how we can please Srila Prabhupada, how we can serve Srila Prabhupada. By serving Srila Prabhupada, we serve Krishna. By pleasing Srila Prabhupada, we please Krishna. Because Prabhupada is representative. So see how we can do this in our daily life. And the final quote that I want to share today is, our own endeavors only take us to a certain level, but ultimate goal will be attained only by the mercy of Vaishnavas and mercy of Krishna. With our own endeavor, we can only get to certain level, little level. But by the mercy of Vaishnavas and Krishna, we can advance. A rapid advancement can be made. So it is important that we learn how to associate with these Vaishnavas. Extremely important. We should learn how to associate with Vaishnavas and always be in the mood. So mercy is like water. When the water falls on a hill is like standing like this, a mountain, and then it just glides off, comes down. Water doesn't stay on the top, it just comes down. So when we are humble in our service attitude, when we are genuine in our service attitude, in our dealings, when we have this mood, always to receive that mercy and always ready to accept the mercy, then we can also be the recipient of that mercy. So thank you very much. I think I'll stop there. The main points for us is that this mercy comes through Krishna, through his representatives, and we are connected to Srila Prabhupada. And if we serve Srila Prabhupada and his mission, and then we can also receive that mercy. So Krishna has got this wonderful character. He's so magnanimous that even he granted motherly position to his own enemy, who is intended to kill Krishna. That's how merciful Krishna is. So let's imbibe this mode, let's practice this, and with this consciousness, let's enter into Janmashtami. So thank you very much for everyone for your attention. I'll stop it there. If anybody has any comments or anything they wanted to share, please do so. Thank you. Okay, no comments? Radhamohan Prabhu, you wanted to say anything about Janmashtami?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Haribol Prabhu.
Yes, Janmashtami is coming, 2 days. Krishna says, I'm coming to your house. So yes, we are all these wonderful classes are preparing that consciousness for us to relish that festival. Be a very new experience, sitting in our house and celebrating Janmashtami. But I'm sure, with the help of these wonderful classes that you and Kartik Chandra Prabhu and other devotees will be giving, so we'll get the best possible benefit from the festival. So that's about me, Prabhuji. I don't do anything else to say.
Okay, so thank you very much. And tomorrow also, we have planned another class. Radhamohan Prabhu will be giving. So please tune in, and we'll see you at same time on the same link tomorrow.
Prabhu, just one question.
Sure.
What was Krishna's cooked food, favorite cooked food? What can I offer Krishna?
What can you offer Krishna? Ramon Prabhu, what is the favorite food of Krishna?
He says in Bhagavad Gita, no, Patram Pushpam Phalam.
Bhakti is the favorite food.
Bhakti is a favorite.
I have to cook something with that Bhakti and offer him.
Yes, whatever is possible, Mataji.
I was wondering if you had, read anywhere any of his favorite foods or anything like that. What had Sudama taken for him?
He has taken only the flat rice, chipped rice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, he likes milk and yogurt. We know that, and butter very much. But it is said as it is said in Gita, so the main ingredient is bhakti, devotion, and our sincerity.
Yeah.
If I can just add a couple of things, even though Krishna says Patram Pushpam Phalam Toya, so he's happy with little flower and little leaf, but we shouldn't just stop there. Whatever opulent thing we can possibly make, we should make for him. Any vegetarian preparation without onion and garlic, whatever best we can prepare. And then we just imbue that with
I've actually never heard his favorite food. Always with Balaram, it's honey with, but
Malpula and basudi.
and yogurt and dahi and all that.
Mataji, there is a problem. Why he has no favorite food? Because he's always fed by Radharani, and Radharani, she never repeats any preparation she ever does.
More than once.
Wow.
So Krishna is not getting the chance to have a favorite thing.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Krishna's favorite dish is makhan and misri.
Yeah. Mistri means what? Makhan is butter.
And misri.
It's,
Misri.
candy
Sugar.
sugar.
Mishri is sugar.
Okay, so let's
Usually, Prabhuji, usually on Janmashtami, we Gujaratis make malpua and basudi.
Yeah.
yes, Krishna will accept everything. So Krishna will accept everything.
Patram Pushpam.
Okay, dear devotees, anything else? So we're looking forward to Radhamohan Prabhu's class tomorrow. There are only 10 devotees, but never mind. It's good. So it's my purification. I just, said something about Krishna. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
I really enjoyed the class today.
Haribol, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much for such a nice class. Thank you for such beautiful
Krishna.
pastime.
Thank you for attending. Haribol.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.